Hi everyone, Nicole here from the Savory Grape. I am so excited to continue our food and wine pairing series this month. We are featuring French wines for the whole month of October, and today we are going to make a super simple wine braised short rib. I know this sounds a little bit intimidating, but it's actually super easy, really rich, it's delicious, and you could do the entire meal and wine pairing for under $50. Prep work takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and then you stick it all in the slow cooker and cook for 8 hours on low. If you don't have a crock pot, it's okay. You could do a Dutch oven or a big stock pot on the stove. The crock pot's great if you're on the go because you can put everything in it and kind of forget about it for a little bit. We are going to be pairing this with the lovely Bordeaux Chateau du Caps. We love this wine because it is so juicy, delicious fruit flavors, nice spice to it. It has a really fresh finish, and the producer recommends pairing it with game, anything that is really, savory, rich. So what better than short rib? We love French wines, and right now Bordeaux's are a personal favorite of mine. So good, so many fruit flavors. It is going to be amazing paired with the short rib. So let's get started and let's get cooking. Here are the ingredients you need to make these amazing short ribs. We start off with 1 large yellow onion. It is peeled and diced. 2 large yellow carrots. I peeled them and then chopped them. This kind of just releases the flavor. 2 medium celery stalks cut. And we do 3 to 3/4 pound of bone-in English short rib. We did 3 1/4 because our friends Mike and Kaylee are coming over for dinner. And, we really like to eat, but you could do date night for 2 and have leftovers. We also go into using the low-sodium beef broth. There's a little bit of salt added on the seasoning, so you don't need too much. Just a hint of tomato paste, bay leaves, thyme, sea salt, pepper, 1/4 cup of flour, and then, of course, you can't forget the wine. Charlie says hi. My dog is in the background. We use 3 cups to cook with, and the other bottle is to drink. First things first, we're going to get the short rib searing. So in a light pool of vegetable oil, we're going to add about 4. You don't want to crowd the pan. This is really important. Pat them down prior to adding and do a quick season with sea salt and pepper. We're going to sear on 3 of the 4 sides for 3 minutes each. Get them nice and brown and ready to add in tandem. So this does take a little bit of multitasking. We're going to add the carrots, the celery, and the onion into a big pot, tiny bit of vegetable oil and sea salt, and just start to move those around until they're nice and soft. This reminds me of Sundays at my grandmother's house. It always smelled like this and brings back such happy memories for me. I love the smell of these 3 together. Add in some flour and your tomato paste. Start to kind of move that around, and then you're going to add in the wine. Bring this to a simmer, and once it's nice and bubbly, you're going to reduce the heat because we want it to thicken. That's the most important step here that you absolutely can't forget. Here's an example of what the short ribs will look like when they're close to being finished. The 3 out of 4 sides will be nice and brown, super beautiful and almost charred a little bit. Once all 3 are ready, that's when we're going to actually go ahead and put it in the pot. So here you can see that once they're all in, we're adding in the beef broth, about 1 cup of that, topping with bay leaves, some thyme. You can use fresh sprigs, but I didn't have any. So I just went ahead and used what I did already have, and they still tasted incredible. Here's an example of the sauce as well once it's done, so you could see how thick that is. It is absolutely beautiful and ready to be added in. So we're just going to stir that around a few times and then go ahead and top. It is fully covered, and just kind of feel free to brush the sides a little bit, make sure it gets hit. And once that's in, we're going to cover and cook on low. I will see you here again in 8 hours once we are all done. And here is the finished product. It was so amazing and flavorful. You could pair it with polenta or mashed potatoes. We ended up going with some fresh baked bread from Dave's. We were so excited, and we cheers with our friends to another amazing Sunday dinner. Enjoy.